What if you woke up tomorrow morning, checked your phone, opened your banking app, and realized the number on the screen meant absolutely nothing? No error message, no warning, just silence. The kind of silence that tells you something far bigger than a technical glitch has happened. Because when money stops working, society doesn't collapse instantly. It hesitates, freezes, and then it reveals who was prepared and who was pretending everything would always be fine. We grow up believing money is the ultimate safety net, that as long as we have savings, a credit card, or a paycheck coming in, we are protected. But history tells a very different story, because money has failed before, many times, in many countries. And every single time the same question appears: what actually survives when money fails? In 1923 Germany, inflation became so extreme that people carried cash in wheelbarrows just to buy bread. Prices doubled in hours, life savings turned into worthless paper, and yet people still woke up, still traded, still ate, not because money saved them, but because human systems replaced financial ones. In Zimbabwe, banknotes reached absurd denominations, while grocery store shelves stayed empty. Teachers and engineers earned billions that couldn't buy a meal. But farmers, mechanics, and people with practical skills became powerful overnight. Because when money collapses, value doesn't disappear, it transforms. The first thing to die is trust in institutions. People stop believing in banks, governments, and screens that show numbers with no meaning. Fear spreads faster than inflation. Stores empty, fuel stations shut down, and suddenly, survival becomes local, personal, and immediate. And here's the part no one likes to talk about. Money is only a promise, and when the promise breaks, people fall back on what they can see, touch, and trade: food, water, shelter, skills, and relationships. During Argentina's 2001 financial collapse, communities created barter clubs where bread was exchanged for haircuts, car repairs were traded for medicine, and babysitting became more valuable than cash, because skills became currency, and people who could fix, grow, heal, or protect suddenly had leverage. While those who only knew how to spend struggled, this is the uncomfortable truth when money fails. Consumption loses power, and contribution takes its place. Reputation becomes more valuable than savings, because when systems collapse, people remember who helped and who hid. Those who hoarded suffered alone. Those who shared survived together. During the Great Depression in the United States, families combined households, neighbors shared meals, communities planted gardens, and survival depended more on cooperation than capital. The myth that gold saves everyone also collapses under reality, because you can't eat gold, you can't drink it. And you can't defend yourself with it unless someone else still believes it has value. What actually survives is adaptability. People who can learn fast, adjust quickly, and remain useful always find a way forward. This is why every major collapse in history follows the same pattern. Currencies die, systems reset. But human value remains. The problem is modern society trains us to specialize in dependence. We outsource food, skills, repairs, and resilience to systems we assume will never fail. But history shows every system eventually does, not because of conspiracy, but because complexity always breaks under pressure. And when that moment comes, the question isn't how much money you had, it's who you are without it. Can you solve problems? Can you help others? Can you remain calm while others panic? Because panic is the real killer during financial collapse, not inflation itself. People who panic sell, hoard, isolate, and make desperate decisions that destroy trust, while those who stay rational build informal economies around themselves. It's small circles of reliability that function even when the larger system doesn't. This is why community outperforms currency. Because money requires belief, but survival requires action, and action is always local. One of the biggest lies we're sold is that safety comes from numbers and accounts. When in reality, safety comes from being needed. Useful people are rarely abandoned, but useless wealth disappears fast. Look at any disaster, natural or economic, and you'll see the same pattern. The electrician, the nurse, the mechanic, the organizer, they always find a place. Because value shifts toward function, not status. And this leads to a powerful realization. Money is not wealth, it's a tool. And tools only work when the system supporting them works. Real wealth is resilience, relationships, and capability. And here's the twist most people miss. Preparing for a world where money might fail doesn't mean expecting collapse. It means refusing to be fragile. It means building skills that don't expire, trust that can't be inflated away, and a mindset that adapts instead of freezes. The most dangerous people during financial collapse aren't the poor or the unprepared, because expectations shatter faster than savings. And when expectations break, behavior turns irrational. History proves this again and again. The Roman Empire collapsed, its currency debased. Trade systems broke down, but local communities survived through agriculture. Craftsmanship and shared defense, civilizations don't vanish overnight. They shrink, decentralize, and reorganize around human networks. And those networks are built long before crisis arrives, which brings us to the most important question of all. If money stopped working tomorrow, what would you trade? What would you offer? What would make someone choose to protect, feed, or trust you? Because when money fails, survival becomes personal. Not political, not theoretical, but immediate. And this isn't fear-based thinking. It's reality-based awareness. Money will continue to exist. But believing it's invincible is the real risk. The smartest people in history didn't worship money. They understood it, used it, and prepared beyond it. They invested in skills, reputation, and adaptability. Because every system eventually resets. The only constant is human behavior. And when the reset happens, value flows toward those who remain useful, calm, and connected. So the lesson isn't to fear money failing. The lesson is to stop depending on it alone. Because real wealth is what stays with you when the numbers disappear. And the final truth is this: when money fails, what survives is not paper, not digits, not promises. What survives is who you are, what you can do, and how you treat others. So the real question isn't, will money fail? History already answered that. The real question is, when it does, will you be helpless or will you be valuable? Comment below what skill you believe matters most when money fails. Like this video if it made you think, and subscribe to Finance TED Official. Because real wealth isn't measured in dollars, it's measured in survival.